Nigerian children has appealed to the incoming administration to focus more on things that will enhance the well-being of children in the country. They made the appeal while speaking to Ben TV crew, who went around Abuja metropolis to sample the opinion of children during Children's Day celebration. Many of the children who spoke to Ben Television said the country needs change, especially in the areas of education, petroleum, and electricity.
I'm expecting change. I want Nigeria to be let's just change Nigeria. The economy, they just change everything about Nigeria because this country is suffering a lot. So we need change in Nigeria.
They should give us a standard syllabus to teach in the school, and to provide basic amenities like water, good environment for learning, and that.
You should improve the education system, do many things. This problem of fuel subsidy and electricity should do more for the children.
I want government to do clean water, good road and electricity.
To pay the workers, to build hospital.
We're expecting a lot from the incoming government because we want our educational setting to be like others that we have been hearing about. In fact, Nigeria is blessed. If only our government could manage them properly, I think we will go to a greater height.
One thing Nigerians will be expecting the new president to do is making education free and compulsory, thereby eliminating street child begging and other forms of child abuses.
For those children that cannot afford to go to all these schools, it should make the education free.
Though street child begging, especially seen in the northern Nigeria, have been a problem in the country, as statistics has it that approximately 1 out of every 16 northern Nigerian child is into street begging. Although the idea to set aside a special day for children around the world was originally mooted by Rubab Mansour, a child in the 8th grade, it was first proclaimed by the World Conference for the Well-being of Children in 1925 and then given global prominence in 1954. From Abuja, LM Chukwemeka reports for Ben Television.
Gasoline scarcity is expected to ease off across the country as oil marketer and transporter call up their strike. Oil marketer and transporter stopped working last week following the disagreement they have with the government over the claim of the subsidy. Some of the outstanding issues that triggered the crisis was controversial subsidy claim, which is at alarming estimate of $32 billion. At a meeting called at the instance of the Senate Committee on Petroleum Downstream, led by Senator Magnus Abe, all concerned parties agreed that the issue of subsidy should be passed on to the incoming administration of Muhammadu Buhari.
Will commence lifting of products from all available depots within the next 6 hours. That man is to instruct all their depots that have products, whether through throughput arrangements or on their own, to open those depots up to lifting. Lifting must commence within the next 6 hours. We have also agreed with DPRO that any depot that has products and fails to begin lifting within the next 6 hours should have their license revoked immediately in the national interest.
Minister of Finance Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala also endorsed the resolution of the meeting.
And the fact that we've come to some concrete solutions in the short term that will alleviate the suffering of all Nigerians, I think this is what all of us wanted. And with the actions here, it's going to happen. And I'm sure that His Excellency, Mr. President, will be very appreciative of that.
Meanwhile, the National Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, at the meeting said the leadership of the organization has directed all its members across the country to start transporting petroleum products to every part of the country.
Are hereby directed by the national leadership to mobilize their trucks in all the depots where product is available for lifting, including the NNPC depot, and that the GMD has promised that AGO will also be loaded in most of the NNPC depots for our trucks to use while conveying the other products, PMS, for jet oil, and DPK.
Some Nigerians at the filling station lamented the fuel scarcity situation in the country.
Seriously, it's unlike Nigeria, because I know Nigeria, we are an oil producing country, but this one I really cannot describe it, because a situation where we don't have fuel for like 3 days now. As for me, I've been here for 2 days now and I've not gotten fuel, so I do not know how to describe it.
This situation where we face for this country, already our leaders, they have already failed us. They have already failed us, hopefully. So, but what we are seeing now, as for almost getting to how many months now we have been buying black market. And by the time yesterday we heard that they have called back the strike, he gave us the opportunity where we see they are selling fuel here to come and join the queue.
Even though the situation is still chaotic as we have at this filling station, it is believed that things will ease up generally a few days to come. In Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting. As raised for the office of Senate President for the 8th section of the National Assembly continue to get hotter, Senator Ahmed Lawal Group says his candidacy has been endorsed by more than 40 senators elected on the platform of All Progressive Congress, APC. A pro-Senator Ahmed Lawal Group known as Senate Unity Forum, led by Senator Barnabas Gemade, said Ahmed Lawal is the candidate to beat. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, the leader of the Senate Unity Forum, Senator Barnabas Gemade, said the candidature of Senator Ahmed Lawal as Senate President and Senator George Akume as Deputy Senate President are the best for the 8th section of the National Assembly.
This Unity Forum is made up of many senators from all the zones of the Federation, united in one common cause to actualize the Senate presidency of Senator Ahmed Lawal from Yobe State and the Deputy Senate presidency of Senator Dr. George Akume from Benue State. We, the members of the Unity Forum of the Senate, have decided that these two gentlemen, being the most ranking senators and by the grace of God, also the most qualified senators in the fold of the All Progressive Congress, returning to Senate in the 8th Senate, are the best people to lead us as presiding officers when we are inaugurated early next month.
While speaking at the event, Senator Ahmed Lawal said he will consolidate on the success of the outgoing Senate if elected as Senate President.
The Senate everywhere in the world is known to be the stabilizing chamber in any democracy. And thank God I've been in the Senate for the last 8 years, after a sojourn of 8 years in the House of Reps. I believe that this time, the 8th Senate should be a Senate where independence of the legislature will be a key thing, and cooperative governance and partnership and cooperation with the executive arm of government will be enhanced. We have had about 8 years of stability in the Senate, and therefore is something that I would like to build on.
Senator Lawal also explained that he had the requisite experience to lead the Senate in the next political dispensation.
I've never been a presiding officer, in fact, not even a principal officer anywhere in the two chambers. I believe that I've learned a lot from the presiding officers in the House, where I had to watch the experience of 3 speakers of the House. And I've also watched and closely, very closely related with the current presiding officers of the Senate. I've done that for the last 8 years. So I believe that I have garnered sufficient experience to deal with issues. As for tensions, I'm not praying for tensions, but I believe that sometimes in the legislature, tempers may rise high. We will always try to control. In fact, we will try to be as proactive as possible.
Senator Ahmed Lawal's main challenger for the office of the Senate President is Senator Bukola Saraki from Kwara State. From the National Assembly complex in Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
The Super Falcons head coach Edwin Okon has released the list of 23 players for the upcoming FIFA Women's World Cup finals in Canada next week. Reigning African Footballer of the Year and winner of the BBC Women's Footballer of the Year award, Azizat Oshola, and also the top scorer at the 2014 African Women Championship, Desire Okbaranoze. Others making the list includes defenders Onome Ebi, Josephine Chukunoye, and Ngozi Ebere, midfielder Halimatu Ayinde, veteran striker Perpetua Nwokocha, and England-based Ini Abasi Umotong, as well as US-based forward Francisca Odega. There was no place for goalkeeper Sandra Chichi and 2012 FIFA Under-17 World Cup top scorer Chiwendu Ihezua. Nigeria plays Sweden, Australia, and USA in Group D at the 7th FIFA Women's World Cup, with their first match against Sweden in Winnipeg on Monday, 8 June.